first story. Nigerian student set a new record as he brags the ISA line results in the UK. Wow, that's an interesting one. Nigerian student Abiola Adidoye has achieved the ISA level grade in the United Kingdom of Law. For law, Adidoye, who studied at one sixth form college in Ipswich, earned a grade in math, further math, law, and physics. Wow. In law, he scored an impressive 224 out of 240 marks across 3 papers, despite admitting it was not his strongest subject. The teenager was stunned to learn he had secured the best law results nationwide. Wow. Adidoye is set to continue his academic journey by studying mathematics and at university with ambitions of pursuing a career in banking or finance. That's amazing, Blossom.
That is amazing.
That's really amazing.
224 out of 240.
Yeah.
Wow, Nigeria's making us proud, honestly. And of course, is it the same students that had did they say from Mushin to Europe?
Yeah. So we had a first class student here who, lives in Munshi. I mean, that capture was
Mushin
to Europe. So I tried to figure out how Munshi is because I've been there once or twice, and I can imagine the caption. Munshi, actually, you expect that nothing like that.
Nothing good will come out of that.
Not nothing good, nothing like that. Yeah, because for Munshi, I'm sorry to say, I don't know. It's my perception. You don't want to see, or rather you see that the Munshi children really don't want to be in school. They are mostly out of school children. They want to roam the street and all that. Then coming from Munshi straight to Europe.
Boy, you did good for yourself and you make your parents proud. And not just your parents.
The country as a whole.
The country is super proud of you. And same goes to our outstanding students also who made a very good grade in school, and now he's topping it. And congratulations to the both of you. That's amazing. Well, I wanted to say maybe I should be topping something pretty soon.
For someone that says she doesn't want to go back to school, I don't know what she'll be topping. Anyways, she's topping the best presenter. So, she's topping. So that too, it's very good. It doesn't have to be physical or mathematics. Okay.
Do you know I love math growing up?
Really?
I still love math. Like that's my favorite subject.
That's good.
I don't like chemistry though, but I love math.
I know some people love for the maths. Yes.
Yeah, back in school I used to love further maths.
My last son loves
me. Very weird.
No, my last son loves further maths too.
Math, honestly.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Same with chemistry and physics. You know how they would say physics is more difficult than chemistry. But chemistry was quite easy than physics for me.
That's why you're weird.
No, but my son says the same thing. He says further maths is very easy.
Very. Compared to math.
I think it is this generation.
But anyway, no, Blossom, let me tell you the truth.
Okay.
They are both fair. They are both very fair people. So I'm sure it's the color that is changing it in their brain.
I stand corrected. I don't know if there's anyone, if you are a millennial and you're a boomer, be honest. Chemistry, the teachers they give us for chemistry, for math and for the math, they are the weirdest people you can always have.
Starting from the trousers.
They are usually the weirdest people, to be honest.
Oh my
God.
God.
I think math was easy for me because it was something I probably could just really relate with. Further math, the DSD, all those things, and I knew it, but was not my favorite. But chemistry, I could have really loved chemistry, but the teacher was the problem. And it happened like that till university. So when I'm hearing you, I'm like, okay, you're Gen Z, so maybe they've now started fine tuning the teachers.
No, they fine tuned nothing. I just find it easier than math. Okay, honestly.
Okay. So this guy here says he just did law because he just likes it, not that is his strongest thing, and he came out with that. You can imagine if
you went for something you really wanted,
he's passionate about.
My God. Okay. And he wants to go for accounting. I pity everybody studying around him.
Honestly.
He's gonna blow their minds away. Okay, anyways, well that was still say congratulations to the both of them. And for everyone out there who is making their parents proud and making the country proud, and we do not take the news. We are rooting for you, and yes, we are proud of you. Patricia, what's the next story?
Well, we're going to be going to Canada. let's buy cheap tickets and go. So we're going to Canada, and then in Canada court says some of Nigeria political parties are terrorist parties. Okay, so 3 days ago, the Nigerian government slams Canadian courts, ruling and labeling some of its political parties as terrorist organizations. Actually, it was just 2 parties they called, the PDP and the APC. The Canadian court has ruled them as being a terrorist organization. That's strong. That's really, really, really strong. And then, I'm expecting the Nigerian government to hit back, and which they have. They have called out to the Canadian courts, rejecting that their Nigerian parties are not terrorist organization. That was very strong language to have used. They could have said other things by saying the Nigeria political parties does not practice a free and fair elections. That could have been a more suitable word to use than to say they are terrorist organization. Nigerian could actually sue them. We could sue them, but I don't know if the government wants to go that way. And then, so I'm going to tie this to the American government talking about their visas. I mean, someone once said, these American people safe. They feel that they're the capital of the world. They are too much. I mean, welcome back. That was some commercial we had. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're talking about the American embassy, which is telling us now that if you have to come to the embassy to apply for vacation visa, even student visas, you must apply with your social media handle. And so when they look at your social media handle, that you're doing things that you're not supposed to do with the social media handle, they tend to refuse you visa, even if you have all your documentations complete and correct. So for me, it is wrong, because does our social media handle consign them?
Doesn't that go to, I don't want to say use the word too private, but I don't know. Why are they doing that? Are they trying to afford fraudulent people, or I don't know?
There are other ways to identify fraudulent people, not going into my privacy. Well, some social media handles, you see that it's locked, it's private, okay? So why do you now want to dig into that? Because I'm applying for your visas. Anyway, the Nigerian government has answered them back. And not just Nigeria, like Blossom said, all that other African countries has responded back to them that, well, if you do this to us, we are also going to be very strict to your people applying for our visas. I mean, because Nigeria is a home where you come and you make so much money. You can't make that kind of money in your country. You come here and you turn big boy and make plenty money and run away with it. And then you're telling us you want to sell social media handle.
Yeah, I think they're trying to protect their space or their people.
Okay.
And if we're talking about social media platform, I just feel like they are trying to be specific with Twitter, because a lot of Nigerians do a lot of bashing on Twitter. So I feel they want to get to know the kind of person you are from your comments, your posts. Imagine you are giving a visa to someone who body shames people or is a racist into their country. It would be very bad. So I just feel maybe they're going about it the wrong way.
Okay, darling. It wasn't only Twitter, because all the social media handle signs were displayed when they said that. Okay. And then what makes you think they don't have people that body shames us too, or people that are racist in the US that comes into Nigeria?
I think I even find it hard for us to be racist. I think I find it hard for us, because you're going to another person's country. So why would you be
a racist over there? Yeah.
So I don't think it works like, I think it works with them being a racist towards them. Well, to add to this, the Senegal president, I might not be able to pronounce his name well, Diomaye Faye, just dropped a bomb recently, I think about 2 days ago. He said if Africans must pay to enter the US, the UK, or France, then guess what? They too must pay before setting foot into our country. Now, he said for too long, Africa has been treated like a free backyard for the West. They come, take, exploit, and leave without giving back. But the new Africa is here, one that demands respect, fairness, and reciprocity. So I think I understand what he's trying to say, but I'm not looking at it. can we really do this?
I don't think so. We're not ready yet. I was going to go there because if you get into the Nigerian airports, let me speak about our country, the Nigeria. You're coming in from Europe, US, wherever you're coming in from. The way they treat the white people is different from the way they treat their own country people because you're black. So they see the white people as, they have come in with dollars, and then they give them preferential treatment. Okay, so that's why I said I don't think we're ready yet for this. That maybe the Senegal government or the Senegal people are ready. But back home here, I don't think we are ready, except when we change our way of thinking. It's not, some white people are poor where they're coming from. They're coming here to come and make money from your country, and then you're running around them, giving them preferential treatment. You know, that's not right. Everybody should be treated equally. So once we can identify that we can treat everybody equally, be on the queue, there's nothing like, okay, he's a white person, come and be in the front. Equality matters. Once we can do that, then I think we're maybe 60% ready.
I believe so too. I believe so. Now let's move on. Well, I think we should just work on ourselves more. Like I always say, I always prefer production, and that's the only way we can boost the economy. And if we boost the economy, it shows some level of wealth or some level of generation that we can have, and that means that they will not just only want to come and take, they want to also invest in us, right? Because we are producing, we're not just consumers. And at that point, maybe a little bit of the respect and all this checking social media pages, you have to do this, you have to do that, but step into their country, then maybe at that point we'll be able to push forward this also narrative of, before you step in here and take from us, you have to meet the certain criteria and standards. And that way, I think at that point, they know that, okay, Africans are ready. But I think we have a lot to do in Africa, not just Nigeria, in Africa at large. We have, because we still bash ourselves, we still fight amongst ourselves. You see xenophobia in South Africa, and in Ghana right now, we know what's going on. They're already chasing Nigerians out and all of that. So I think we have to work on ourselves first. And that way, they will be able to give us the respect that we are requesting for.
Okay, talking about that, I want to bring in the story of the Nigerian men that went for mining. It was the company, it's supposed to be a Chinese company that took them to, was it Central Africa or somewhere, for mining, and they were caged. They were not allowed to leave. They took their passports from them, and they were not allowed to leave the bush where they were. There was a video going on for that, And so, some Chinese people too were there, about 2 or 3 of them. And guess what? Our Nigerian brother, whose name is fronted for that Chinese company that is doing the mining, arranged for the Chinese men to be taken away and left your own people in the bush. Okay, so they were there for a very long time until they summoned up courage to speak out. They did videos, and, Abike Dabiri, thank you so much for rescuing them, was able to see it. Nigerians saw it, and, it was being spread everywhere. And then Abike Dabiri and the federal government of Nigeria were able to rescue them back home. So now my question is, why did you do that to your person? Because, see finish.
An eye service.
Let me answer my question. See finish. Why do you want to rescue a Chinese person and leaving your own brother behind?
Would you also call that racism?
How can we both be racism and we are both black?
That's what I'm asking. Would you call that racism because you're picking a foreigner over your own,
It's eye service, like she said, and then see finish. So those two things, eye service and see finish, I beg, they can die there. But this one, let them come home outside. And they are white people. I will benefit from them. They are white, because we see everybody that is colored as white people. Oh, they are white people. I can benefit from them and all that. And then you leave your own brothers behind. Okay,
but everybody is white. We have the Asian. We have so many.
They call the Asians white. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. They are Asians. They are also the white people.
We see them as white.
The Chinese, because for me, when I see a Chinese man, like the Chinese or the Koreans, I don't even see them as white. Sometimes I wonder if they have a skin, because it's like, when you people laughing. I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying of how colorful they are. Let me use that word. It's like you bruise, you have a bruise, right? At first you see a platelet, a white platelet, right? Before your blood starts pushing out, just need to. So that's what I actually, it's more like that's what I see, right? But of course, I'm used to it. But as a child, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. This person has injuries all over. But eventually I realized growing up, of course, that that's not it. That's a color. But anyway,